Hi, this is my video reflection, and I'm supposed to talk about the process of making the videos for this class. Um, I guess initially it was really hard to put things together in a way that'd be easy to edit. Um, the ideas themselves weren't too hard to come around, it's just sometimes they weren't very practical, sometimes they involved skills that I did not have per se. Um, I um, I learned in this class that if it looks easy, it's very well done, and it probably took a lot of time um, to make transitions seamless and the audio and everything look like a real video is actually a lot harder than it looks. The footage, the lighting, um, editing, writing, it all just takes a lot longer than people thought. It's also a lot of fun to go through the process and create something that is somewhat unique to your perspective. Um, we all see a lot of videos that we like, but if we were to do it ourselves, how would we do it different, and would we be able to accomplish the same set of goals that others had set for themselves? In this class, I was looking just for different skills that I could use in my daily life, just to start something that I would call probably a video journal. And I always wanted to put some of my experiences and some of my thoughts into a video format, but I never really knew where to start, and I never really knew just the basics on how to frame a shot and how to um, actually tell a story with a video, which I think this class has probably done the best so far in terms of not just taking footage and putting it together into something that kind of makes sense, but actually having a purpose um, and a plan beforehand. In some ways, that makes it a little I don't know, a little bit more biased than I thought initially. I just thought a lot of the footage spoke for itself, but I guess in the end, the author speaks for a lot more. Um, what am I gonna do with this knowledge in the future? Um, well, I'm just planning to. I bought a camera, and I'm planning to make a lot more movies um, that are a lot more open in their format. And I mean, since I'm not making it for a class, then I'm not pressed for time to get editing done and you know be academic or um, fit some sort of criteria somebody has set for. So what I'm going to try to do is basically try to capture some aspects of my travels, because I'm going to be traveling, um, in a way to document it and also just tell a story of things I'm seeing. I have a really bad memory, so hopefully I can look back to some of this footage in the future um, and really take me back there, and also be able to show others that no, I'm not insane. This actually does happen. I guess if I were, gonna evaluate my work in the class this semester, I'd probably say with average. It was my last semester, and I had 16 other credits. Um, Although I really liked the class, I just didn't have the time to do things the way I wanted to, just because it took so long. All the logistics were at times really difficult to get around my schedule and other people's schedules. Um, but overall, I say the things that I did do right, I liked and I enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with the project, although it was stressful at times. On all the projects. The last one was the one that I decided to make the most fun, just because I'd done some of the ones before that were, I don't want to say darker, but just kind of a different frame of my mind. It's just a lot more like, I don't know how to explain it. A lot more that what I thought it was kind of cool. And then this one was just, okay, I'm gonna make something fun. So it was a lot of fun filming, and it was a lot of fun editing. Although again, I was stressed for time. This one just seemed to just happen a lot easier. Part of it, I think, is just because I got a lot better at planning ahead what I was going to shoot, and not just shooting a lot of footage and then trying to find something that really fit the image that was in my head. So the everything went smoother, and it was a lot more fun to shoot, and it was a lot more fun to edit and to present and everything. So I definitely like that the best. The one I like the least, I would say, is was the literacy one, just because I mean we had a pretty big variety in how we're gonna give that definition, but it was still a definition, and I was a little disappointed at the beginning in the class, just because it just seemed to take a little bit of the creativity out of the way. In my case, it was just because I didn't really care about making video about literacy, or defining literacy. So in the end, we had a lot of people took a lot more freedom with their interpretation of it. I stayed a little bit more conservative, just because that's what I understood the video to be. Either way, in the end, it was just an average video I did, just because it was the requirement. The other ones I actually had fun in coming up with the ideas, and I just felt that freedom to just do whatever I wanted, as long as it fit in these sort of loose criteria. So I guess if resources were not a problem, and I could get more time, get more people, get more equipment, and get more time to edit, it what I would have done different. Well, let's just say that I would have probably gone back and reshot most of the footage I've had for um, all the projects. The problem was, I think, that in a lot of them I was in front of the camera, so I couldn't really see um, what I was getting, and that made it really hard in the end, because I would have to deal with these very different shots than I'd imagined. And if I could go back, I knew how to do it better. I just didn't have the time to do it better. So I had to work with these things that kind of didn't really fit what I was trying to say. The last project I did, I was actually behind the camera the entire time, and I did that on purpose, because I didn't really want to. I really didn't want to be in front of it. I just wanted to be the guy that took the shots and moved the camera around and try to capture others. So yeah, I was actually making the movie in a way. So that's what I would do different. I would definitely try to be behind the camera for every shot, or at least go back and look at it and do it like that, instead of just trying to take the things, all the shots, without looking at the camera. That was a bad idea. I think this is it for my final reflection. Sorry, it's been long and drawn out. Amber, I think that's what you wanted. I'm not sure. But I've had a lot of fun in this class, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. And I've definitely learned a lot of things. So thank you for a wonderful semester, and have a great summer.